Let's get to a bright spot.
I'm doing all right, getting good grades. The future's so bright. I gotta wear shades.
Well, since we're talking about California does some pretty crazy things. They have to do things that when you look at it clearly, it's not only that they don't make sense, they're not fair, right? Would you say it's fair for one person to have the right to go onto another person's property and do something that could hurt that property owner financially?
No,
that doesn't seem right or fair?
Does not. You mean they just come in and start tearing stuff up in your business?
Or say you have a business going on and they come on and they get to disrupt your business.
Or they get to come in and try to recruit your employees.
There you go. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be cool.
Well,
not cool
that's
at
what
all.
California
Not
did.
cool.
California passed a law in 1975 allowing farm workers to join unions. And then a few months later, the state's Labor Relations Board issued a rule that said farm owners had to let union organizers onto their private property to allow the union reps to get the farm workers to join the union. The right of access rule is what that's called. Now, someone else has a right, according to California, to access property that you paid for. Not that they paid for, but that you paid for. Property that doesn't belong to them.
You know, it's just so emblematic of the left.
Uh-huh.
When they want to advance some sort of agenda, they need to be given the right of access.
Yes.
But like when you talk about like prayer in the schools.
Yeah.
No, you have no right of access.
They take that away.
I mean, it's again, hypocritical.
Here's the bright spot. Today, the Supreme Court struck down that rule in a 6-3 decision. Quote, the access regulation grants labor organizations a right to invade the grower's property. It therefore constitutes a per se physical taking. What they're saying is the state has given one organization the right to take something from someone else, access to that property, that they didn't have the right to. That's unconstitutional. Lawyers for the Pacific Legal Foundation, representing the farm owners, argued the Constitution, quote, forbids the government from requiring you to allow unwanted strangers onto your property.
It would be considered trespassing otherwise.
Exactly. John Stossel did some great videos on this. He actually went and talked to one of the farmers that was in charge of this, and he's got 6 weeks to get his entire crop picked out of the field, packaged, and sent off. So he hires 450 seasonal workers every year, okay? One morning, the unions showed up on his farm before dawn, chanting with signs, making a ruckus, loudspeakers, and it scared his farm workers. They were like, what's going on? These people about to be violent? They had no idea. And the union organization didn't really work. The vast majority, maybe 20 people out of 450 said, okay, I'll sign up for your union. So we're talking about like 0.5%.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, look, in any other situation, those union workers would have gone to jail for trespassing on private property. They were trying to do me harm. I don't abuse these workers. They come back year after year after year. If I abuse them, why would they come back and do this work? That doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely.
Right? And yet, the state of California would have treated him as the criminal if he had tried to kick any of those people off his property.
And it's all in the name of fairness.
Of fairness.
Because you want to make them aware.
Right.
Well, do it on your own time.
Exactly.
Not on my time.
Well, and they're saying...
As an employer, I mean.
They're saying the union has no other way of reaching these farm workers. Every single one of them has a cell phone.
Exactly.
You're telling me you can't reach somebody today?
I mean, certainly they go and eat at restaurants.
And they stay in motels in the
cetera.
community. You can go and talk to them there.
You know what? Buy a billboard.
Yeah.
Buy a billboard. You know what? Better yet, buy a radio spot.
Oh, that's
because
true.
radio reaches everybody.
Absolutely. And if you're working on the farm all day, you might as well be listening to the radio while you're working.
Right? That too.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's a bright spot that the Supreme Court stood up for common sense today.
That's a rarity.
Well, the 3 liberal justices didn't, but that's okay.